Welcome back to the Income Code. By now we've talked about the system, we've talked about the opportunity, and we've talked about the trap. But knowing you're stuck isn't enough. Awareness is important, but awareness alone changes nothing. Because millions of people know they're unhappy with their situation. Millions of people know they're living paycheck to paycheck. Millions of people know they want more freedom. Yet years pass, and very little changes. Why? Because most people don't have a plan. They have frustration, they have ambition, they have good intentions, but they don't have a strategy. And without a strategy, it's easy to drift through life reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. So today I want to talk about something different, the escape plan. Not a fantasy, not a shortcut, not a get-rich-quick scheme, a realistic path that ordinary people can follow. Because escaping the rat race isn't about making one massive decision. It's about making a series of small decisions that compound over time. And it starts with accepting reality. This is where many people go wrong. They become angry at their job, angry at the economy, angry at the system. And while some of those frustrations may be understandable, anger rarely creates progress. Progress comes from clarity. If you have a job, use it. Use it to pay your bills. Use it to reduce stress. Use it to create stability. Because stability gives you room to build. The goal isn't to destroy your current foundation. The goal is to build a stronger one alongside it. Think of your job as fuel, not your destination. Too many people see their current situation as a prison. A better way to see it is as a platform from which you can begin building something more. And that's where the second step begins, learning valuable skills. The modern economy rewards value. The more value you can create, the more opportunities become available. And fortunately, many of the most valuable skills in today's world can be learned online. Communication, writing, content creation, marketing, sales, problem solving, artificial intelligence. These skills don't guarantee success, but they increase your leverage, and leverage changes everything. Imagine two people. One person spends every evening consuming content, watching videos, scrolling endlessly, being entertained. The second person spends those same evenings learning, practicing, creating, improving. At first, there doesn't seem to be much difference. A week passes, a month passes, nothing dramatic happens. But over time, the gap begins to grow because skills compound. And compounding is one of the most powerful forces in life. Small improvements repeated consistently create extraordinary outcomes. That's why the third step is building assets. Most people focus entirely on income, but income and assets are not the same thing. Income pays today's bills. Assets can create tomorrow's opportunities. A video is an asset. A website is an asset. A digital product is an asset. A business is an asset. Something that can continue creating value after the initial work is done. And that's an important shift in thinking. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money this week?" start asking, "What can I build that will still create value next year?" That question changes everything, because builders think differently. They think long-term. They understand that meaningful results take time, which brings us to the fourth step, consistency. This is where most people quit, not because they aren't capable, because progress often looks invisible in the beginning. You upload a video, nothing happens. You learn a skill, nothing happens. You start a project, nothing happens. At least that's what it feels like. But beneath the surface, something is happening. You're improving, you're learning, you're building experience. And experience is an asset too. Every mistake contains information. Every failure contains a lesson. Every attempt makes the next attempt better. The people who succeed are rarely the people who never struggle. They're the people who stay in the game long enough to improve. Think about planting a tree. You don't place a seed in the ground and expect a forest next week. Growth takes time. Roots develop before results become visible. The same is true for skills. The same is true for businesses. The same is true for freedom. And that's why the final step is understanding compounding. Most people underestimate what can happen in 5 years, because 5 years feels far away. But 5 years arrives whether you're building or not. The question is, who will you be when it gets here? Imagine spending 5 years learning valuable skills, building assets, improving consistently, creating instead of only consuming. Would your life look different? Of course it would. Because small actions repeated over long periods create massive change. Not overnight, not instantly, gradually. And that's the escape plan nobody talks about. It's not dramatic. It's not exciting. It's not a secret hidden by powerful people. It's simple. Learn valuable skills, build assets, stay consistent. Allow time to compound your efforts. That's it. The challenge is that simplicity isn't always easy. Most people know what they should do. The difficult part is continuing when the results haven't arrived yet. But that's where freedom is built. Not in moments of motivation, in moments of discipline. When you keep going even when progress feels slow. When you continue building even when nobody is watching. When you trust the process long enough for the process to work. Because freedom isn't created in a single decision. It's created through thousands of small decisions made over time. One skill, one asset, one lesson, one step forward, again and again. That's the escape plan. And that's what the income code is all about. Understanding how income is really built. Understanding leverage. Understanding opportunity. And learning how to create a future that gives you more options, more freedom, and more control over your life. If you found value in this video, subscribe, because we're only getting started.